Oh, good grief, Lambert, you've gone all out with the backdrop there. Is that an I'm a Celebrity background? It is, of course it is. I don't know.
In Australia, and the mountains right behind me. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, my friend.
Go for a trip with Matt Hancock by the sounds of things. Right. Lambert, I will ask you this. For somebody who lost a relative in a care home where someone who wasn't even in that care home was sent into it with coronavirus, watching Matt Hancock rehabilitate his public image is a bitter pill to swallow, Lambert, is it not?
Fair enough, and I'm not telling them to do that. I lost my mother, and she was in a care home. I didn't see her for most of the last 18 months of her life. My agent died of COVID, and that was a big deal for me as well. But I don't hold Matt Hancock guilty of that. He's responsible for the decisions that you've described, and also he's responsible, let's put it on the table, for breaking his own rules.
Yeah.
He resigned for that. How many times do you have to punish a person for getting something wrong? I don't think there's anything wrong in our society with the concept of forgiveness. Actually, I think that's what the New Testament says, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, Lambert, there are elements of me, and this is why I'm so conflicted on it, there are elements of me that massively agree with you. I mean, you know, there are times in my life I've had to beg for forgiveness for things that I've done, and I'm glad that people have given it to me, and I want to live in a society where we can be forgiven. But Emma Webb, I'll throw it over to you, political commentator. With something like his handling of the coronavirus crisis, should he have been given the opportunity to be popular? Because he has millions of people voted for him to win.
I do believe in forgiveness, and I agree, you know, Lembert's right. The New Testament does urge us to be forgiving. But I think actually there'll be a lot of people around the country who think that he should be seeking forgiveness for even going on this show in the first place and abandoning his constituents in the way that he did. I don't think that through this show he's redeemed himself in the way that he thinks that he has, or maybe in the way that he intended to. And I think that there is something cheapening about his decision to go into the jungle in this way. And, you know, as you said, and as Lambert pointed out there as well, you know, my grandmother was in a care home for the last years of her life, unable to hug her grandchildren and her children, locked up all by herself, really, without anybody around her, not fully understanding why that was the case. And Matt Hancock is seen by so many people around the country as a hypocrite for not keeping his own rules. And that wasn't because, you know, just simply because of the hypocrisy, because it's suggested that actually those people who were making the rules didn't think that they were really that necessary, because as he said, he apologizes for it, but he says that he did it because he was in love with somebody. So I don't think that he's fully redeemed himself. I don't think that people broadly are going to have a lot of sympathy with him, and I actually think that he's cheapened the whole thing by thinking that he can go into a reality TV show and redeem himself by becoming a celebrity and becoming popular.
Okay.